Mentre ciao, amici miel bentornati, the Scott Reed Project. Should we try that again? All my Italian friends, you have to excuse me. Mentre ciao, amici miel bentornati, the Scott Reed Project. Or to translate that, hello my friends, welcome back to the Scott Reed Project. Well, I've had to have a lie down after that shocking attempt at Italian. Very poor show. Anywho, today I want to make a classic Italian dish, a venison ragu. Not to be confused with that bastardized, westernized spaghetti bolognese. To the Italians it doesn't exist. There is a dish called ragu alla bolognese, which is a classic ragu served with tagliatelle, so no spaghetti inside. Hence when you say to an Italian, can I have spaghetti bolognese, they're like, it don't exist. So what we are going to be doing is making a lovely rich and warming ragu, and the meat we're using is this wonderful neck fillet of venison. Just look at that. So that's off the very top end, and then we got some pork here. We got some lovely pork cheeks. Now, the traditional way of making a ragu or the bolognese is to have half beef, well I'm using venison, and a half pork. Now, because the venison and equally the beef is super lean, adding the pork gives it a bit of fattiness, makes it sweeter, and it is the traditional way of making any ragu. So that's our venison neck, that's our pig's cheeks, one of my favourite cuts. Move that out of the way, and then here we have the ingredients. We got a couple of garlic cloves, some bay leaves, some celery, some carrots, some beef stock there, some onions. I'm going to serve it on pappardelle, the best. These are my new favourite ingredients. These tomatoes by, I don't know how you say that, Mutti, sounds German, but just absolutely stunning. Was a Napolina fan, but these are way better. And of course a nice Italian red to go in the sauce. Artusi. He was credited, the original Pellegrino Artusi, of being the godfather of Italian cuisine. So first job then, we need to prep our onions, celery and our carrot. So what we need to do then is to nice small dice our carrot, onion and celery. I don't think you want to watch the whole process, but this is where the dish starts. It's called a sofrito. It's basically small diced onions, carrots and celery, just gently sweatened down or softened in a little bit of oil. I'm going to use a truly amazing cold pressed rapeseed oil, but yeah, just nice little bits like this, and we just go all the way through all our veg until we got a nice pile. So what we got there then, I used one of these big carrots, one large onion, and those 3 sticks of celery. As you can see, all nice small dice. We'll get over to the stove and get these sweating down, but first of all I just want to shove my meat through the mincer. So this is batch cooking at its best. At the end of the day, this is going to make a really decent amount. You can have your meals off it, and of course just freeze the rest. So what I've got here is a pound of venison neck and a pound of these lovely pig's cheeks, and all I want to do is cut them up nice and even so they easily go through my mincer. All that lovely interconnecting fat in these cheeks, absolute gold. Same goes for the venison, nice chunks that'll go down the barrel of the mincer, nice and easy. There we have it, equal amounts of venison and pork. So that's my venison neck and my pork cheeks all minced and mixed together. So I put that through on a coarse plate, and I put it through once so we can have nice coarse pieces of meat and not just those tiny little raggedy bits that just disappear into nothing. But yeah, very important to have that 50-50. And of course, if you don't want to do it with venison, by all means do it with beef. It's the same recipe. Right, I want to do some cooking. So a little bit of heat under a suitable pan and a good glug of oil. Again, my go-to, just absolutely brilliant. Obviously you can use olive oil, but good old cold pressed rapeseed oil is 3 times better for you than olive oil. And it's English. What a beautiful array of colours that is. So we only want to gently soften these, or as the chefs like to call it, sweat them down. So I'm just going to take the heat out in a minute. Take about 10 minutes, take your time. The sofrito is an integral part of the dish. It adds a lot of depth of flavour. Okay, so my vegetables are softening nicely. If you have a look, my onions and celery are becoming translucent, so we need to give that about another 5 minutes. Then we'll add in the garlic. That'll be the aroma overload then. The kitchen will fill up with these wonderful smells of sweating veg and garlic. Honestly, it's good. 1 clove of garlic going in. We want to cook that out for a minute or so. Next up then, in with our meat. What we want to do is just start to cook this. So get it down to the bottom. Oh, missed a bit. So we can start adding a bit of colour to it. Again, take your time, don't rush it. Robert's, your mother's brother. So that's colouring nicely. Taking it a little bit further yet. What we need to do is get our tomato puree in. Good tablespoon or 2. And the reason we put that in now is we can cook it out, because it can be a little bit harsh. So get it mixed in. So a good 250 ml of red wine, preferably Italiano. And what I want to do is I want to turn the heat up and reduce that by a half. So as you can see, that red wine is reduced right down. So now in with these. It's the Mediterranean in a tin, if ever there was one. I mean, I was always a slut for Napolina tomatoes, but these or something else. I'm going to put 2 tins in to start with. Give that a mix up. And because this is a big batch, I'm going to add another, because I like them. Just want to put a bit of water in the bottom there, swill them all out and get all that, the remnants in. And what we can do then is add our stock, check our seasoning, put our bay leaves in, put the lid on, then go and chill. You could go and sit down and drink the other half of your wine. I reckon if we'd have had these as a kid, I'd have bet them like sweets. A little bit of pepper, a little bit of salt, 2 bay leaves, a little fettle, bring it up to the boil, lid on, job's done. So basically then it's the lid on and let it just gently simmer away, as you can see there, nice and gentle, for a minimum of 2.5 hours. If you can leave it longer, the better. 3, 4, even 5. As long as it's ticking over, just keep an eye on the stock. Obviously it may look like there's a lot in there now, but trust me, it will evaporate. But it's just time now, just time. The smell though, it's just pure tomatoey, and I love it. So after 2.5 hours, it starts to look like that. Just look at that. How rich does that look? Beautiful. So what I've done is I've added some basil to it and some oregano. Basically just dried stuff, about half a teaspoon each. And what I want to do, take out that, find the other one, is add just a little bit of acid to it. So a bit of lemon juice, Worcester sauce. I'm going to use some balsamic. So that will just lift it. And cut through the richness. But that's made a hell of a decent amount, considering you might have 1, maybe 2, 3 at the most spoonfuls. Looks wonderful. So good. So yeah, I'm going to put that on, get my pasta on and plate up. So there you have it, my wonderful venison ragu, and I cannot wait to get this down my neck. Oh, come on. It's so good. Oh, let me twist it on the spoon like some toff. Just get it in you, boy. Okay, my dear friends, I need to sum this video up so I can actually sit down and absolutely neck this. One more spoonful. Right then, I hope you enjoyed that episode of the SRP. Wonderful, stunning venison ragu. And if you have enjoyed it, please click subscribe. You know, that thing down here, and click on the bell. You will get notifications of all my latest trials and tribulations. Also, check me out on my social media, Facebook, Instagram and Twitter at the Scott Reed Project. And of course, if you want to help the channel along, please check out my Patreon page. But until next time, I'm going to sit down now and actually enjoy this, because it's a little bit special. Would you like some? Take care, my friends. See you soon.